Hello again and welcome back. Welcome. Here I am again. It's another morning, it's another day, it's another opportunity for you and for me to get together and to continue in our mutual effort to help you with your English. Me, I don't need to improve my English. I'm an old man. It's too late for me to improve anything, but it's not too late for you. Yes, you need to work hard. Codos, como decís aquí. Okay, you need to work hard. Pay attention. Do your best. Arcoiris. Okay, vocabulary, page 140. Number 10. Es que estos números, la numeración es rara. All right. I can't even read it. Arcoiris is rainbow. Remember, bow is un arco y flecha. A bow and arrow. This is an arrow. This is a bow. I shot an arrow in the air. Where it came down, I know not where. ¿Te acuerdas? Y la saeta voladora que cruza arrojada al azar, sin adivinarse dónde temblando se clavará. Yes, olas que braman. It continues, but I can't remember the poem. It's by Becker, Gustavo Adolfo, but I can't remember. It talks about las olas gigantes que braman como un tigre, or maybe. I can't remember. Do you remember? That's your homework for tomorrow. That poem, all right? I don't know. I don't even remember the name of the poem. I only remember. And I many times I only remember the first lines. For example, have you ever heard of Sor Juan Inés de la Cruz? ¿Te suena? She said, hombres necios, que acusáis a la mujer sin razón, sin saber que sois la ocasión de lo mismo que acusáis. No está mal. I remember all these things. All right. Arcoiris is rainbow. So a bow and an arrow. Bow. Bow también es pajarita. A bow tie. Bow is, I don't know, on your shoe. You make a bow when you tie the shoe. Un lazo. It's type of a bow. All right. Parientes, familiares, relatives. Sí, son muy relativos. Relatives. It's a funny word when you translate mis relativos, okay. My relatives, claro, viene para relación. All right, my relatives. Richard, do you have a lot of relatives? It depends on your definition of relatives. No, I don't have any. Well, excuse me, I have. My parents are not here. My uncles and aunts are not here. My sister, and her children are relatives, and a cousin whom I haven't seen in 45 years. So I don't have many close relatives. Now, distant relatives, my third cousin was the national rodeo champion, He was the United States national rodeo champion for 3 years. So yes, but in any case, relatives, parientes, familiares, relatives. Aliviado, relieved. To relieve, escrito relieve, to relieve has two meanings. One meaning is aliviar. Esta pastilla te aliviará el dolor. This pill will relieve the pain. To relieve. De hecho, analgésicos sería pain relievers. We also say painkillers, but I prefer painkillers. But painkillers can also refer to perhaps dangerous painkillers that are too strong. But a pain reliever, aspirin, ibuprofen maybe, and paracetamol, these are pain relievers. Yeah, Marta's a pain reliever. Cuando te habla, se te va el dolor. Yeah, is a pain reliever. To relieve. To relieve también es relevar. Yo te voy a relevarte. I'm going to relieve you. In fact, in baseball, the pitcher, they have the starting pitcher and the relievers. Now, in baseball, there are 9 innings, which in Spanish they say 9 entradas. Normally, a pitcher doesn't pitch more than 6 innings. And in the last 3 innings, the relievers come in, or a relief pitcher, un pitcher de alivio, o sea, de reemplazo de relevo. All right. So that's relief. It's similar in football. For example, en el minuto 70 entran algunos, hay cambios, and they come in. It's a relief player in this case. All right, so relieved. Aliviado is relieved. Ahora, qué alivio. Oh, qué alivio. Oh, what a relief. Y curiosamente, relief, con F, relief, también significa relieve de la orografía de un territorio. So it's strange. This word has basically 3 different possible meanings. Alivio, sustitución, relieve, relevar, and the relieve, depending on how you use it. Relieve, estoy aliviado, I'm relieved, I'm relieved. Fila, row, fila. Yes. I learned, when I came to Spain, I learned the expression, estamos en la fila de los tontos. You know that expression? Yeah. Those 2 lines are going faster. We're in the slow line. All right. In this case, we say line or queue. You say, una cola o fila. O sea, realmente es cola. You know, when people say estamos en la fila de los tontos, really, the correct word, estamos en la cola de los tontos. All right? But you say fila. And that's not correct because these are rows. These are lines or queues, and these are rows. Okay. In the movie theater, the cinema, if you're sitting on the front row, you're watching the movie like this. You say on the front row. So row son filas de asientos. The back row, the front row, all right? The second row, the third row, the rows in the middle. But fila de cola, hacer cola, is a line in American English and a queue in British English. I recommend line because the British understand it, because many Americans queue. What's a queue? It's very common for vamos a hacer cola aquí. Let's queue up. Line up. Line up is alinearse, to line up. To line and to queue. Fila is row. Ese tipo de row. All right, row. But row, R-O-W, también es remar. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Row. A rowing. I'm a rowing contest. Rowers son para remo, como deporte. Rowing. Rowing. Ahora, row, R-O-W, con otra pronunciación, lo siento, row, es una pelea, una discusión fuerte acalorada. It's a row. All right. Complicated English, eh? Tomar las cosas con filosofía. To take it easy. Take it easy. Tómalo fácil. Literalmente. Take it easy. Take care. Take care is cuídate. Hasta mañana, cuídate. Take care. Take it easy, man. Take it easy, eh? Calm down, eh? Don't get so upset. Don't get so upset. No te pongas tan disgustado, decimos. Don't get so upset. Yeah, you look upset. You're angry. Come on. Settle down. Settle down. Settle down. Calm down. Take it easy. You're going to have a stroke. You're going to suffer a stroke. Stroke es un ictus. Stroke. Trombosis. Es cualquier infarto cerebral. You're going to have a stroke. You're going to suffer a stroke if you continue getting so angry. Come on, settle down, calm down, and take it easy, man. Take it easy. Life, it's not worth it. No matter opinion, it's not worth it to get so angry about everything. Come on. La ira reposa en el seno de los necios, dicen. Huh? Wrath resides in the bosom of fools. Don't get angry. If you get angry, you lose control of yourself, and other people can take control of you. People can take advantage of you if you get angry all the time. So, el acero, muy caliente, se fortalece el temple del agua del frío. Yeah? And that makes the steel strong. Sin el frío, no puedes temblar el acero. And it doesn't work. So the cold, it's mejor pecar de frío que de acalorado. All right, so settle down, Se dice mucho settle down means cálmate. Calm down también. Calm down. And take it easy means tranquilo, chico. All right, take it easy, take it easy. Titulares de prensa, headlines. 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 Head, o sea, cabeza, líneas. Headlines son los titulares. Richard Vaughan dice que no volvería a España. This is true. You remember? You don't remember? ¿No te acuerdas? I've told this story before. If a journalist interviews you, be careful. Because a journalist wants click. Quiere un click. And so he puts something you say in the interview, something controversial. He takes it and puts it in the headline. And he said, Richard Vaughan dice que no volvería a España. No, I didn't say that. The journalist asked me, in your next life, would you like to come back to Spain? Mi próxima vida volver a España. I said, no, I love Spain, but in my next life, I would like to try a different country, maybe Japan, maybe Indonesia, maybe Mexico, to try a different country, but not because I wouldn't want to come back to Spain, no. And so he put that as a title, and so people thought I didn't like Spain. Yeah? You need to be careful with journalists because they need to sell their articles. Tienen que vender. And so they want something polemical, something controversial, something that, what we call clickbait. Clickbait. Click is cliquear, no se dice aquí cliquear, ¿no? Bait, escrito bait, es cebo para pescar. Es cebo para que la gente pique y hagan clic. And then they see the article, no. All right. It's irritating, irrita, it's irritating. I read half of the article, no. The headline is misleading. Misleading is despista. Lead is liderar, guiar, to lead. Mislead is mal guiar. And misleading, mal guiante, mal, o sea, despista, te lleva por una pista incorrecta. Es pista, despista. And there's misleading. Many headlines in the in the written press, no. But in the electronic press, yes, many headlines are misleading. Misleading, all right. Headlines. All right, jactarse, presumir, to brag. I'm the best English teacher in the world. Yeah, nobody comes close. Yeah, nadie es como enseña ni de cerca. En España se dice ni de lejos. Está mal dicho, es ni de cerca. Nobody comes close. Nadie ni se aproxima. In quality, I'm the best. Yeah. It's not true. I'm not the best teacher in this organization. Maybe for television, but not in the classroom. To brag. Yes. I'm from Texas. And the people in Texas are famous for bragging. Everything is big in Texas. Yeah. But it's true. Everything is bigger in Texas. You go look at the rabbits, those conejos. Hay un conejo tejano que se llama Jack, como Jack. Jack. You go into Google image, but Jack Rabbit. Wow. I can show you a picture of a Jack Rabbit. And they have incredible ears. Jack Rabbit. And in Texas, and I remember in America, a football player, Jimmy Saxton, American football, who was one of the best players in the United States. And he grew up in West Texas. And when he was a boy, he chased jackrabbits. And he had so much agility running that he became one of the best football players in the country. Yeah. Yes, it was good training, chasing jackrabbits. Ponerse en contacto contáctame. Ponte en contacto conmigo mañana. Contact me tomorrow. Contact me. Contact, it's very easy, contactar. Contact me. Tratar con is to deal with. Es fácil tratar con Marta. It's easy to deal with Marta. It's easy to deal with people in general. I've had very few problems dealing with people. To deal with people is easy. No, Richard, dealing with people is difficult. No. If dealing with people is difficult for you, that means you are probably the reason. You're the culprit. If it's difficult for you to deal with people, then you are probably a difficult person. If you're not a difficult person, it's very easy to deal with people. Yeah, being nice. Lo llamo amabilidad de guerrillas. Yeah. Como guerra de guerrillas. See, bam. Being a nice guy, and people really appreciate you. There are a few strange people, but the majority love you. All right, tratar con, to deal with people, to deal with. Demostrar is to demonstrate. Ojo. Demostrar con pruebas is to prove, not to demonstrate. To demonstrate, in English, is hacer una demostración, para que entiendan. Mira, you see this microphone? You can move it. Watch. Okay, I'm demonstrating the flexibility and the quality of this microphone. It's a demonstration. I'm performing a demonstration for you. So, in Spanish, we say, demuéstramelo. No te creo. We say, prove it. Porque en ese caso es demostrar aportando pruebas. And we say, prove it en este caso. Demonstrate is realizar una demostración. El nuevo tractor serie 90. Y usted puede hacer una demostración delante de los agricultores to show how the new tractor performs better than the Serie 80. It's better than the 80 series. The 90 series has new features. Features, características y prestaciones. Yeah, this new tractor. That's a demonstration. The demonstration. To demonstrate. Parecerse has to look like. Te pareces a tu padre. You look like your father. I look like my father now. It's funny. It's really strange. 40 years ago, I looked like my mother. And as I get older, I look more and more like my father. About 300 classes ago, I told a story about my father. It's interesting. It's an interesting story. You see, my father, in my opinion, my father doesn't look like my grandfather, his father. I mean, of course, I was 1961. I was 9 years old when my grandfather died, my father's father, the doctor. Now, but I remember him very well. And I've seen many photographs of him, of course. And he doesn't look like my father, in my opinion. All right. Now, my grandfather died in 1961. That's 61 years ago. 61 years ago. Now, in 2001, more or less, in 2001, I was with my father and my mother and my family. We were with my parents in Bertram, Texas, in that small town where my grandfather grew up, where my father grew up, where my grandfather was a doctor. But this is 2001. So this is 40 years later. 40 years later. And we're in a small, simple restaurant in that little town, having lunch or having a sandwich or something. And an old man is walking in the restaurant. He sees my father. And he stops. And he says, Doc. Doc is doctor. My grandfather's name was Thomas, but everybody called him Doc. And he says, Doc, my God, it's been such a long time. My God, how are you? This man thought my father was my grandfather, and my grandfather had been dead for 40 years. So my father, even though, in my opinion, he didn't look like my grandfather. That man recognized something in my father that made him think that he was talking to the famous doctor from 40 years before. It's really strange. And it's true that when I was 25, 30 years old, I looked like my mother. People said, oh, clavados, you and your mother. Now, no. I look exactly like my father. When I see myself on television, I say, Papa, Dad. It's almost like it's my father speaking to the television, you know. It's strange. Eh? Interesting things. All right. Where are we? Parecerse has to look like. To look like. Dimitir, to resign. Dimitir. I resign. Yes. There's a movement in the United States right now called the Great Resignation. La gran dimisión. Mucha gente está abandonando estaban hasta hace poco abandonando sus puestos de trabajo porque querían cambiar de trayectoria vital y profesional. Okay, fine. And it's called the Great Resignation. Because resignation is dimisión. También es resignación, según se use, pero es dimisión en este caso. And I remember un titular de prensa, a headline here in Spain, La gran resignación en Estados Unidos. No, it's gran dimisión. It's an incorrect translation. It's an incorrect translation. Yes. Y en los comentarios abajo, on the comments, there's one person who said, well, the headline is wrong. It's the gran dimisión. To resign. To resign. All right. Aguantar el ritmo is to stand the pace. Aguantar, to stand. No aguanto esta clase. I can't stand this. No aguanto estas luces. I can't stand these lights. I can't stand. Siempre con can. I can't stand. Ahora, aguantar un ritmo establecido en una carrera. I can't stand the pace. Pace, pero es el paso. El ritmo. I can't stand the pace. It's too much for me. Yes. If I run in the New York Marathon, I'm sure I won't be able to stand the pace. I'll say, I give up. After 7 kilometers of the 42 kilometers, I'll give up because I'm not a marathoner. All right, the New York Marathon, the Boston Marathon. Marathon? Ah, maratón, hombre. Recuerdo cuando yo digo decathlon, nobody knows. Decathlon. You know what decathlon is? No? Decathlon? Decathlon. Decathlon. Comes in TH ahí. Decathlon. I think it's a Greek word. Será una palabra griega. Decathlon. There's a very popular chain of stores here and in other countries called Decathlon. It's Decathlon. And they're very successful, especially for shoes, because all women are wearing tennis shoes now. Are you wearing tennis shoes? See, tennis? Yeah. Zapatillas de tenis o playeras, hay muchos nombres para ello. Tennis shoes. In Great Britain, I think they say trainers, entrenadores, trainers. But all the women are wearing tennis shoes now. Wow. There's a lot of money in the business. I'm teaching English. That's a bad business. I should be producing and selling tennis shoes. My God. Tennis shoes. All right. To resign. Aguantar el ritmo. To stand the pace. I can't stand the pace. It's too much. Hacer puente. To take a long weekend. All right. Eso es una arte española. All right. Un arte español. ¿Arte es femenino o masculino? El arte dramático, las bellas artes. Es un arte español, right? Okay. Sin embargo, hay un dicho, contra la fortuna no hay arte alguna. Quiere decir que hace 8 siglos arte era femenino. Pero arte es una palabra hermafrodita. La única palabra en español, hermafrodita. Because in the plural, it's always feminine. And in the singular, it's always masculine. Las bellas artes incluye el arte dramático. Okay. No el arte, okay. So, arte, it's a Spanish art, haciendo puentes. Spanish people are expert in designing. I remember one man, the human resources manager, an important company. And I remember he was he had a calendar and he was preparing his year, el año entero, personal year, not business year. And he was preparing all of his vacation days to make them coincide with, with certain weekends. And I think probably he had 2 months of vacation because of creative and artistic calendar planning and things like that. All right, yes. All right, so, yeah, but work. Yeah, work. Yes, work. I mean, who likes to work? Do you like to work? I don't. I work because I need money. Otherwise, I wouldn't work. If I were born rich, if I had been, si hubiera nacido, if I had been born rich, I don't know if I would have worked. You know, it's interesting. But some people who are born rich are very hard workers. I've met a few. But I can't explain now because I have to go. See you tomorrow.